prayer, first of all, is not about out there. And it's not about getting God to do something on our behalf. Prayer, at the very root of it, is about in here. It's about aligning ourselves, our way we think, the way we feel, our minds and our hearts with Christ. It's about refocusing us on whatever it is God's doing or why he wants to do it or who he wants us to be, right? The idea behind prayer is that prayer changes us. It doesn't change God. That's when I say prayer is the battle, not preparation for battle. Because if I go into the battle with the right heart and the right head, I'm a way different cat than if I go in the battle with the wrong heart and the wrong head. If I go into the battle discouraged and overwhelmed, I'm getting ready to be defeated. When I go in the battle recognizing that God has gone before me, that he's already in my tomorrow, that he's not perplexed, and he's not surprised, he's not overwhelmed, that God has everything I need for that next day, that his spirit is within me to give me love and joy and peace and power and all those other kind of things. It's all how I go into the battle. If I spent time focusing myself on God, if I spent time allowing him to work in me and point out the areas of me that aren't right, that he needs to sandpaper off a rough edge, or he needs to wring out some unrighteousness in me through his spirit. When I go in with a heart of praise, it's not that I don't hear, I don't feel, I don't sense the attack of the enemy. But God gave me a weapon to silence the voice of the enemy. And so what Satan does is he makes us think that we ain't pray. He'll make us say things like this. Well, I pray, but God doesn't listen to my prayers. What makes you think that? It may be true. It may be true. Right? Because the Bible talks about how you ask with wrong motives. You ask with wrong motives, God, he hears you. He's just ignoring you. All right? Your motives are wrong. I mean, you ask selfishly. That's not motivating the heart of God. Right? God's not, this is not some kind of game you manipulate God with. It doesn't work that way. You're in sin. I'm going to choose sinning. I'm going to choose to do what I do. I don't care what God does. I don't care what God says. I ain't going to obey God. But by the way, God, here's my list of demands. I would like for you to do the following 5 things for me. God, make sure that everything stays healthy. Make sure everything stays safe. Make sure there's plenty of money. Make sure there's all this other kind of stuff. That's not how God plays. He's not your butler. He's God. He wants us to have right hearts that want to come to him and surrender our lives to him and say, God, here I am, search me. God, here I am, strengthen me. God, give me eyes to see how you see, the way you see it, to feel what you feel, the way you feel it. God, I want to be your hands and your feet where I live, where I'm planted. For your glory, not for mine. If no one ever knows my name, God, I want to see you do the kind of things that only you can do.